I love when this man comes on the show. Love his Area 21 on NBA on TNT's weekly coverage, and he's going to host it during TNT's coverage of the NBA playoffs on Tuesdays. He is Kevin Garnett. How are you, KG?
Rich, how you doing, man?
Better for talking to you. Better for talking. Are you on Twitter now personally? Did I notice that, or have you been on before?
They are, my team is telling me to get on. I'm not real active on social, man. People get mad because I don't really post a bunch of stuff, but I like, my motto in life is that I'm living too much to be stopping and to, I get it. I get it. Sometimes if I'm seeing something amazing, yeah, I'll share it, but sometimes, man, I'm in it, man. You know what I mean? I don't think let me get a video of this, and then I don't think like that. But yeah, I'm trying to push my social to another level, but no, not just yet. Not just yet.
How would it have been different for you if there was social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook when you were playing?
Oh man, it would have changed everything, because what it is, it gives access. To have access to me, or vice versa, or me have access to the world, and then be able to voice my opinion at any time. Ooh, that would have been very powerful. Very powerful. I don't think David Stern would have really liked that much.
You'd have been a little lighter in the wallet, you think, on occasion?
You know what? It was so new, and I think that, you have so many constitutional First Amendments and, being able to speak. And, I think we would have challenged that majorly. You can't muzzle or, script someone to do something, obviously within the guidelines of where you're working at in the workplace, yeah. But once you come out of that, you're a person and a human. And, I think that can you imagine Rashid, Stack, just on AI? Can you imagine all of us on social media? Man, that would have been a riot, man.
That would have been.
What?
Yeah, I know. And that's the interesting thing about LeBron, Kevin, that you hear quite a bit, is that he is, in terms of the NBA, an NBA GOAT, right? The one who has gone through his entire career almost start to finish with his social media presence, and more people learning more about him. And obviously the two-way street, they could let him know what they think about him, and that makes what he's done more impressive. What are your thoughts on that notion?
Well, I think that in every era is going to be boost. I think when Dr. J played, Michael Jordan coming into his own, and the fact that Magic and Larry was kind of in like a mid-peak form to be able to pass it on to Isaiah to Michael. Michael took it and made our sport global. And I think that when you put on now it's another type of era. Kobe Bryant, could be considered our generation of Michael Jordan after Michael, if you will, to take it and put it into 81 and show another form of scoring, another form of the 23, or the form of that, right? You look at LeBron, and he caught social media right when he's kind of like in the middle, right where Michael was, when the league was coming off of so many stigmas of drug abuse and not working hard, and, guys been in shape and blah, blah, blah. Michael took it and blossomed it. I see LeBron doing the same thing. He's taking the advantage of understanding social media very early on, with not only that, but information, and then you tie in data. You tie in knowing how to move and take content and put it on, and for how long, and how all the diagnostics that go into social. He's mastered it because he's been in the midst to where he's like a fraternity. He's taking his licks. He's been proven. He's proven he's probably the only great other than Dwayne Wade in our game. Pau Gasol can go into that conversation. I would say maybe Dwight Howard, just because of the accolades, but that's very few. But when you see what he's done with social media and how he's made it work for not only his businesses, his multiple businesses, being able to promote, being able to speak back, being able to, hear from him versus an outlet, versus a source, versus a reporter, putting words in your mouth or speaking for you. This is what I like about social media, being able to get it straight from the athlete, straight from the person, and hear it verbatim. Now, what are you giving them? What are you stimulating? What are you teaching? What are you giving to the world? And I think that what he's putting out as his brand has been beautiful, and it's been very, very calculated. LeBron is probably considered a great, and not just being on the floor, but in the community. Also, his business is successful. Like the dude, he's done a great job at the social aspect forming his brand.
The one and only KG, the host of Area 21 on TNT, which is going to air over 40 playoff games beginning Sunday. An exclusive coverage of the Western Conference Finals, which many people think is the de facto NBA Finals. Kevin Garnett here on the Rich Eisen Show. All right, let's get into it here. What Harden has done with Houston, he is the most valuable player on the team with the most wins. And then you look at just the sheer numbers. And LeBron, what he's doing at his age is something we've never really seen. Who's the MVP of 2017-18, Kevin?
Listen, man, I think every year we can damn near give it to LeBron every year, right?
Right.
And I think that we will all get tired of doing that, right? But, you know, LB is LB. He is what he is. To this year, and I think James Harden has been very consistent in being either runner-up or considered the contender for. He's been very consistent with that. I think the last 3-4 years he's been in these talks. He's been in the race. He's been either two. Russell had an unbelievable year last year, very magical. And it was, you know, hands down, everybody understood that. But this year is James Harden. He's been very consistent with what you consider an MVP to be. Not only that, Houston's playing defense. Houston is playing defense. They have became more scrappier than a lot of these teams. You know, they was a finesse team. They look scrappy. Mute has definitely brought a presence to that team. I love their team. I just want to see stamina-wise, Kim Beard keep it up, man. You know, when you start getting to the higher rounds and semis, and now you go into the conference finals. Those are really testy, very, 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 very high intensity moments, man. That I don't know, man. I'm ready to see James take his game to another level. And but he's the MVP of this season, 2018, for sure.
And then in terms of Rookie of the Year, Donovan Mitchell became the first rookie since Carmelo to lead his team in points and the team making the playoffs. I would have handed it to him certainly midway through the season, certainly when he won the slam dunk contest here in Los Angeles. But now here come the Sixers, who are one win against 24-win Atlanta away of tying the record for most consecutive wins to close out a season. And, man, what Ben Simmons is doing during this run, triple-doubling during this 14-game win streak. Who's the Rookie of the Year?
Oh,
Kevin?
my God. All these, I'm a conspiracy theorist, right?
Okay.
I come back and I look at it like, it was super tight at the point, and then Donovan Mitchell started doing all this other stuff and just started really separating himself. And then, I don't know, the guys upstairs said, you know what, let's knock Joel Embiid out of these last couple of games to show Ben Simmons' greatness. And it's almost like Joe Kennedy playing with the NASDAQ and then fixing the rules so that anybody else couldn't do it. That whole theory of all of this. But that's what just happened. That's just what happened. And Ben Simmons' stock has went through the roof these last, I think, 7-8 games. He's been off the charts, but I don't know if he's still playing that way if Joel's playing. I love Philly. I love what they're doing. They're definitely in the right direction or headed in the right direction. But for me, man, this is a toss-up. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I think when you gave was it Grant Hill and Jason Kidd that had to go co-MVPs or co-Rookie of the Years?
Yep.
I see this as the same thing. Ben Simmons, regardless, had a year in the league, and people don't like to really talk about if that's a influence or that waivers or whatever because you still have to play. I get that. But that helps, and you know what to anticipate. To come in brand new, come into a franchise that has no uncertainties of the future, don't know what's going on, X's and Y's, variables falling all over the place. They just lost their best player, and this kid came in, took that just willingly. I did not see this coming from him. I watched basketball. I saw him in college. It didn't stand out to be something over the top. He's taking his game to the next level. He is on another level of playing basketball, confidence-wise, and for that, man, I gotta salute Donovan, man. That's tough to come into as a rookie with those type of intentions and kahunas. Come on, man, that's amazing. So what he's doing was he has a very good team too. Gobert has a very, very good team. I like his team. I like Utah. Teams do not want to see them in the playoffs. They're going to be a menace. and I think they're gonna make some noise. But if I had to pick, man, I love Ben Simmons, but I got to go with Donovan Mitchell. But I wouldn't be mad if they did a dual Rookie of the Year. I understand.
A few more minutes left with Kevin Garnett, 15-time NBA All-Star, NBA champion, NBA MVP, host of Area 21 here on the Rich Eisen Show. So are you not buying Philadelphia as a real deep threat in the Eastern Conference, or are you?
Definitely didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm definitely buying some stock in the process. I'm trusting in it like everybody else in Philly. I'm just sitting back waiting to see how it all cook up.
Well, what about beating LeBron if they face LeBron with Joel back healthy? What do you think?
That's a lot. You know, you gotta be on your A game when you're trying to dethrone somebody. When you're trying to take somebody off their spot, you're trying to beat somebody. I want to turn around and ask the question to you, Rich. Do you think that we as fans are tired of the narrative of LeBron going to the finals every year? You think that the league is a bit tired of that? You think that that's starting to be a bit weathered?
I think what the league is kind of tired of is nobody really being a threat to Golden State. I think that's what it is. I don't have LeBron fatigue. I love watching him play. I love watching him challenge. I love watching him take it all on. I love how he steps. I mean, how few people in our day and age, Kevin, yours and mine, does anybody step on a stage with all the expectation and exceed it, right? Not many people can do that. He's one of them. I want to see Golden State be taken to 7 games. That's what I want to see. And I don't know who's going to do it. Maybe it's Houston. Maybe it is going to be on TNT in the Western Conference Finals. I don't know. But that's what
I don't know, man.
That's the fatigue.
Nothing's forgiven. I'm going to tell you that right now. Nothing is given. I don't think there's a lot of teams playing really good basketball right now. Portland's playing really good. Utah's playing really good. There's some teams that you don't necessarily want to run up on right now. Golden State doesn't look super polished. You know, they look good the other night in Phoenix. Y'all saw that, but I'm sitting back watching it all. And I got on spectacles. I'm watching it up close, like I can't see nothing. You understand? I'm watching it all. I don't know, man. We're gonna have some surprises this year.
Well, all I know is that, again, and just I guess to bring this whole thing full circle with the playoffs starting now that after the whole long season of will they or won't they and how good are they, Oklahoma City, New Orleans, and San Antonio all punched their ticket last night, and they're now in, right? Now it's a fresh season. Which one of those do you think is the most dangerous?
OKC by far. If OKC goes in there and the button is hit and they just, voila, they can upset a lot of people, and you can't ever count out Pop. Pop has been here with less. He's been here. He's went further with less, and it's about team with him. This is where he's great at this. He's great at the playoffs. He understands matchups. He understands seedings. So you always got to watch Pop. But no one wants to see OKC right now because of the talent alone. Can they do it, though?
Yeah, I know. And it looks like if everything stays the same, they might be the first one to draw Golden State, vice versa.
Let's do it. Ooh!
KG, I love our chats. I love Area 21, and I look forward already to our next one during the playoffs.
Rich, it's always real, man. Thank you for always having me on, and
Anytime,
let me know what's up, man.
Right
Enjoy.
back at you. Right back at you.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.